Right. What is good, guys? Welcome to another day of testing of the time profitable. Today is Sunday, the 21st of December. So, without delay, we should just get started with the backtesting session. It is day 234, isn't it? Alright, yeah, it's day 234. So I think we should just get started and get it done with. So we'll be doing the inversion model from 2021 as we've been doing these past few days, so I think we should just head into it. Okay, I would like to start on the next day specifically. Okay, so you can see that we're dropping very heavily. So it's obvious that these relatively equal lows are a low hanging fruit, which is around 80 points away. So I think I'll be looking for sales on this day. We also have an SMT here. It's another good confluence from here to here. Checking the 1 hour, price is dropping over the 2 hour. Yep, so price is dropping. Have the target here. I'd like to look for a gap. The price might retrace to during the open maybe, or some place where manipulation could take place. I need to take shorts right after the open. Okay, there's a run on the high. Whoa. Okay, doesn't want to start dropping yet. Why not? Alright, so we get an inversion right here and another small one right here, and price displaced around 30 points, so we're going to take a 30 point trade, 30 point short with my stop at the high and take profit at the 9:30 opening low. Wait, 9:30 opening low is here. It's actually really close than I thought, but aside from that I would also like to take it to all the way here, this low, this pre-market low, or even these lows from yesterday. So let's see where we can make this go. This will be 8 micros short. My stop at the high and take profit at the low. Take profit at this low. Okay, yes, has already dropped to this low here, right at this candle. Okay, that's a very quick stop. Okay, get another opportunity to short at the inversion here, and we have, as you mean at this SMT, we also have an inversion at this candle here. So shorts should be right here. At this candle, stop at the high, take profit at this low for a 2 hour, and we'll be using 12 micros for this one. So we'll stop at the high here and take profit at the low. could drop, take profit after price run this low here. Starts to rebalance. It's a 15-minute gap, creates an inversion here, then starts to go higher. Yo, Siwaru Rema. I trade ICT strategy, bro. I still think price will drop all the way to these lows here. Yeah, maybe let's just wait for the AM session to end. So was close to launch, was close to the sell side liquidity here, but anyways, let's push it on to the next day and see where it goes. So obviously the previous day ended up running these lows here, but they were relatively equal lows, this previous day low and this one, and the new day that has opened broke lower, still pushing higher. So I can't determine the bias right now on the daily, because it's possible that it could still be bearish, but we'll work it out and see. Let's check it out here. So as of now, I can see that we're still bearish. 4 hour is in a good fair value gap here, and the 1 hour has embraced a couple of gaps, so it might drop around for a couple of days. But one thing I will do now is see if the run on this liquidity here could make price start to reverse to this sell side right here. Okay, so we've just had the market open, leave this SMT behind from here to here. And we have had this like this, what's it called, it's an SMT, then the sweep, then so it's the 930 here, 931 actually. So I think it inverts in the 2 minute. Let's see, if the 2 minute inverts, then you short it by this candle here or this one, because it's the next gap that could form an inversion. So on this gap with how big is this, 24 or even 25 micros, you will target this low here. Even though this will be like a one-to-one thing, or target like a discount 1 hour gap. Let's just test it out and see. So one-to-one shorts, I believe this will be like some one-to-one shorts for around, I think 12 would be okay to this low. And take profit at this low. Okay, take profit gets hit right away, and after it gets hit, price retraces higher into the inversion and drops again. So there is going to be a continuation to the sell side, but I didn't have a clear draw on liquidity because the model that I traded on, I'm not really comfortable if it would reach all the way here for a 5 or almost 6 actually risk to reward level target. So if you will just wait, you can see that there's not that much of a move, but well, you can squeeze the most out of it if you target like I don't know, like 1 hour lows. The one thing I can see is that the the London lows have been taken out, and usually both of them can see London lows get taken out like in the first few minutes of the market. So there's a possibility you can target this, but why not target my piece of the pie that I can get every single day? So let's head on to the next day. So where is it heading? I'm not really sure. 4 hour. 4 hour ended up inversing here. Very good inversion. And as I said just on this previous day that I was backtesting, there is so much consolidation already. But you can see what you can get out of it. One thing I can notice is that on the 4 hour, since we've inversed, we have like some strong reasons to look for some longs. The 1 hour has a stop run right here. There's some small gaps here that I consider somewhat irrelevant because I use fair value gaps. We have an inversion here that price retraced to, so maybe you can see if it can head to these highs here or just another low hanging buy side liquidity. So let's just wait for the open now. Okay, there goes the open. Can right at the open price dumps, which totally invalidates my bias and makes me start to look for shorts. Maybe on the next like 5-minute retracement, I can look for some shorts. Okay, I'll wait a second here. Okay, the inversion was in right here. Okay, so there's an inversion at this candle here. So we traded at this candle right here. But why is it moving 1 minute? Okay, so shorts will be in around here and stop at the high. Take profit at the low. 1.6 R. So that's 500 over 32, giving me around 15.6. And it continues lower. Now that it was close to this target, it starts dancing around. Are you serious? Let's see. Okay, moving on to the next day, you can see sell side has been already taken out here, so there might be a potential for price to reverse, but I still think maybe could just head to this low. It will depend on what price will show us. It's a Tuesday 5th of October, so it's quite obvious this week is NFP week. Price is in a 4 hour gap. And checking the 1 hour, it's obviously a gap again. Let's check out the A shadows because we'll obviously be targeting that. I'd like to target the A shadows or London lows. So these all will be my sell side draw on liquidity. Well, checking on the 15-minute, there are some highs here. Okay, you get around the highs right there. A few minutes after market open, obviously. We haven't had a good inversion yet, so I would rather wait. One thing I can notice is the price runs this low on ES. It's not a 15-minute gap, but I'm still bearish, so I wouldn't be taking these longs even though they would end up running this high, but I wouldn't be that confident with them because my bias is bearish. Okay, honestly I think my bias has already been invalidated, so let's see if we can take long with this inversion here. With longs coming in at this high and stop this low, taking like a 1.7 hour, but it would be better if we use some standard deviation stuff and see if we have any standard deviation targets left, because I don't usually think, it's not that I think that, it's just that I don't trade price that is already above the 4th standard deviation. So let's see if we can take something like this, or if we are just going to get cooked. Good 1.9 hour. We're going to take profit right there. So 5-minute gap replacement. So one thing I learned from this is that I shouldn't marry my bias. There would have been a first entry here, and I could have targeted this high, but no, we could have obviously got to this one for a 30 point, risking around 30 points as well. So simple, easy 1-to-1. So if it is to continue higher, obviously we'll get a bigger retracement, then they run higher. So as you can see, it has already continued, so let's head on to the next day. So quite good bullish day here. Okay, how's the 4 hour? I think we might start longing these days, taking buys. Let's check out the 4 hour. Okay, it's consolidating, as I was saying, like no clear direction already, but we'll trade the internal PA, like maybe target like an Asia high or something like that, or even a London high. I think these London highs will be like the low hanging fruit. Okay, so London highs get tagged in right at the open. No retracement for me to interact, but everything else is okay. I have an SMT right here. So new 4 hour kind of opened, and you can see it's already bearish. We have an SMT at this low here. Which low is it? this one, yeah. And now price is reversing higher. I think we can take some longs, but where to actually? So this will be around like, is it 10, 8, 9? Yeah, it will be 9 micros. So there's a stop at this low and take profit at this high. Paying your trade right there. So retracement into like 5 minutes or something like that. So we could have held it also for this high, which is literally very, very insane. So we're now at 31k. So it would have been what's this? 5.7 hour. Could have retired my entire generation. Anyways, I decided to take it here because this is what I can get consistently every single time. Getting 39 points is not bad. So that one was okay. Let's head on to the next big day. You can see the bullishness has already set in, and well, this day has tapped into a daily gap, so it might drop. But if we can find some good bullish confluences, then we can long it, like maybe target this premium 4-hour gap. Let's see, I don't have too many buy side targets, but as for sell side, we have the Asia lows and London lows weighing around here. So let's see if you can get some shorts going. I'll be sticking with the bearish bias because I see more bearish confluences, more bearish targets. The bearish confluences are prices in a daily gap. We have a couple 1 hour inversions. Is it a 1 hour inversion? Actually, it hasn't closed yet, so we'll see if it can close inside here or can find some longs of the way it closes in that 1 hour gap. Okay, what I can notice right at the open is that we have price run this high here and a small little inversion here. It's also a 2-minute, small 2-minute inversion and an SMT at this high. And since I was bearish, I will take some shorts and maybe target like the 9:30 open because it's a very great draw on liquidity for the day. I think this will be like almost a 2.5 bar, but it will be okay. Something like this. How many points is this? 11, I believe. Let's see. 11 micros. And my stop at the high. Take profit at this low. Damn, and then we get stopped out. Don't tell me after getting stopped out it will have to take profit. It would be the worst. Okay, fails to take profit, so we were just wrong about the bias, which is totally okay. Honestly, here it was absurd trying to short against that buy, to short against those gaps, considering that we had also a bullish SMT here. So that one drop, and the recovery gap. About this one. Okay, now get around on this low here. Get an inversion here, I think I could long it. 2-minute inversion. I would love to target around this high for 25 points, and my stop at these lows for 13 points. That will be 500 over 26, which will be around like 20 micros, or approximately 2 minis. Two minis? Yeah, right. 2 minis. So stop will be at this low and take profit at this high. And let's just wait and see where it heads to. Okay, there's a break of structure. We are moving to break even. A few minutes till the 12 a.m. min 12 lunch hour, and take profit gets hit for a 2 hour right there. So very great session, I'd say. So we're taking some good longs inside here. There's still an opportunity for it to drop in this gap, so I can say that I'm bearish or bullish here. I'd like to see more price action, like the way price has done a good V-shaped recovery here, breaks structure, retraces, and start push here. So that would be some context for me to look for longs. And we have liquidity run here, relatively equal lows, so I'd like to consider this the low hanging fruit, which is how many points away? Around 50 points away. And aside from that, there is also a 4-hour gap here, so we'll see if you can take some longs towards that area. And we also have data high here, NFP data high, NFP data low, so we'll see where price wants to head as it opens. Very beautiful open. Okay, runs data low here, then gives us a very beautiful inversion for longs towards the data high, and stop right below here. This will be 500 over 90, which is like 5 or 6, something like that. Or even take it to the 4-hour gap right here for a 2.5 hour. That I'd like to close most of my position at the data high. Is it data high? Yep, 839. It's not the data high. The data high and data low are actually here. Turns out NFP didn't even move that much. Moved around 32 points, insane. Let's just wait and see. Then get stopped out right away. That was not fair, NQ. Not fair. So maybe if I'm too long, I'd like to wait for another run lower. Okay, one thing I can notice is the price retracing into a 15-minute gap, and we have some sort of SMT. Is it an SMT? It's actually not an SMT, but we have a retracement into a 15-minute gap right here. So let me mark it up right here, and after that retracement to 15-minute price created a small inversion around the high, so I'd like to see it go to these relatively equal lows. So I'll be taking some small shorts. This will be 500 over 50, so that's 10 micros here. My stop will be at this high and take profit at the low. We are cooked. Yep, if it doesn't drop, we are cooked. Why doesn't it want to drop? Okay, very good drop for 1.4 hour, and you can see it creates an SMT here, so it's time for maybe to accumulate some longs. Okay, ends up not going higher, whatever. Okay, we still have got some bullish confluences and bearish confluences, but where are we going to go? First, we have a good sweep of liquidity here. 4 hour has burst a couple gaps. There is break, price is in a 4 hour gap, so might be about to find some fire longs, to be honest. We also have a run here, and it's an SMTDS, so why not long this thing to these London highs? Wait for the opening bell. So the only possible entries would have been on a 30-minute, 30-minute gap. 30-second, sorry. If there happens to be a gap, obviously, for some longs, because obviously sell side gets run, then we're gonna head to London highs. So since there was no inversion, we'll just let this move. So there was no retracement at all. Price opened and obviously flew higher, more than we expected. But we're getting some small 15-minute gap retracements. There's an SMT here. So I don't think there's a possibility of longing anywhere because the inversions are not that strong. Look at the place where the inversion occurred. Right here. Let's head on to the next day. So finally we can see that this gap ends up starting holding a steady gap. So now maybe we can look for sells depending on the gap of a small inversion here. Actually not there, here. But the 1 hour is looking okay with this, so maybe we might short it from there. Let's take shots to the London low. This will be 120 points, very big target. Let's take 50 point stop so that we can use 5 micros here. Seriously, every single time price is falling short of this low, So we close this position in loss, floating loss, because once it reaches 12, obviously the morning session will be over. Close it before lunch, right here. Anyways, it would end up hitting take profit, but at what time? At 4 in the afternoon. Very insane. Very slow day. Joe. Okay, the 4 hour is still in this gap here. Let's see if we can find some shorts on the day. Have some relatively equal lows here. Very good, great liquidity generated from yesterday. 1 hour, very small gap here, but we also have some bullish gap. So maybe it will run this high here, then deliver lower. So as I was saying, high here gets run. Let's see if we can get some sell side delivery here. Okay, 9:30 opens really great. Good inversion here. Winner retracement. Come on, we're gonna short it. Let's wait for this high here. Hasn't Q already run it? Nope. So it's failing to run it every single time. So then shorts should go in at the inversion here. Not this one, but instead this one here. Where's the sweep? Well, the sweep happened at all of these highs here, and fell short of this high here. But we have an SMT comparing to where ES is, because you can see I have an SMT with this high, so either way we still have the short advantage. We have 930 lows here and some 830 low. Let's see, maybe like here. How many points are these? 84 points. Let's take shorts. Let's take 8 micros here. I'm gonna close this because take profit was hit by ES. Price has still failed to drop all the way to the low here. So we might as well close it up. It has just run this low, because it seems like it doesn't want to go all the way here. Are we getting our recovery on longs? Because the way they stay closed is showing a different story. That we might be about to have a long recovery on longs. Okay, so since price is moving bullish, then we'll be targeting the highs here. Which are how many points away? 85 points away. We have got a retracement into a 15-minute, and we have very beautiful SMT run on liquidity on the other on NQ SMT with ES here as well. Inversion to interact and take profit, very obvious right there. Partials at this high and stop at this low here. 7 points, that's really small, but we'll just take it. We're using 31. This will be a really big one, but it's okay. Very beautiful take profit. Took a little bit long, but was very worth it. Okay, let's push to the next day. Okay, so very great bullish day here, and price is still in this gap. I think it's gonna get inversed because we have a very great breakup structure here, and daily high here as the furthest, which is okay. I would say it's the lowest hanging fruit on the daily time frame, but obviously not on the rest of the time frames. We have a 4-hour low, so maybe price drops here then delivers higher. We'll see what we can take on price. We have this, and let's just wait and see. Okay, that's a very crazy open. If this thing here reverses, then we'll be taking longs. Okay, so I was thinking maybe it could hit this low, but since it has just run liquidity here, then maybe we can just long it at this small inversion here, like this, with, I don't know, 18 points, take stop and take profit of this high here to the 845 high. Yeah, it will be a 1.4R. That's a crazy retracement. the crazy stuff out. Now the price has run this low, can we now long it at least? Wait, is there like a huge significant inversion? Well, it's a 1 point gap. So this will be the gap, and we'll be targeting relatively equal highs. Okay, 18 points take, 18 points run. We also have an SMT, and is it like an hourly gap or something like that? No, it's an hourly gap. So let's see where this heads. Banger TP right there. Also price heads up to the 845 high. So it'll be a great one. Still getting the 930 high because it's a very obvious DOL. So we have a good version in the daily. What day we at? 18th October. Okay, that's nice. Checking the 4 hour, we have a very low hanging fruit here, but I still think we could go higher. So check the 1 hour. Okay, so the worst case scenario is it drops for the whole day, but I think if it has to be bearish, then it might be bearish for short term, then as a corrective move obviously then becomes impulsive for the rest of the move, heading to the highs where we can target just this high here or this one here. So check the 1 hour. Okay, you have a couple of liquidity stacked over here and this low here, which is 30 points away. So I'm gonna wait for the open to run a price point higher than develop lower. Okay, here's a 3-minute inversion. Did price run any highs here? Nope, it did not. It just run here, well, which is didn't. So is he heading for Asia highs? Let's see. So let's take longs of this inversion here. Retracement into the inversion actually, not just an inversion. This one here. I stop at this low here and targeting this high. 2.5 hour, a little bit too big, but it's okay. This is slow. Take profit at the high here. Price is 70 points away. There is this and this. Let's see if we can find some longs on the day if they happen to present themselves. Okay, now is the time to long. We have a good run on these lows, these ones here, which he has failed to run again. Not again, but whatever. It's a 15-minute gap as well, and you have a low hanging fruit here. So I could close profit here, but let's see, you can target this high here for 3R. Let's see, we also have an 8 AM low high here. This is way too much, but I think this is an obvious draw on liquidity. This is not an obvious draw on liquidity, so it will be along of this inversion. So it will be 16 micros. Why is it always falling short of my take profit here? I don't get why. Did ES hit this target profit? Did ES do it? No. No one did it, so why is it hitting mine instead? But an obvious draw should have been the 830 high actually. Should have closed it anyways, because the 830 high is better than the 8 AM low, AM high, sorry. Okay, so now where is price heading? It has printed how many candles? Let's see. Starting from this one. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 8 days, 6 bars, but 8 days. Obviously, it's because the weekend passes in between, but very good bull run here. Take profit that's 13 points away. Small inversion here. it's not a gap or something like that, but it's just a run liquidity. Then version, we have the 950 high, macro high, so let's just target that for a simple small 1-to-1. Very good, 1.6 hour locked in. Okay, let's head on to the next day and do a little bit of analysis. Okay, obviously it's a run on the low and have some targets higher, so can still be looking for too long on the next day if it might provide some long opportunities, but the chances are it drops lower for like, what's it called, a corrective move, then find an impulsive move later. So I think that will be all for today's session, and until next time, stay blessed. Peace.